Are you wondering about the real estate market in Montgomery County right now? Well, that's what we're talking about today. So let's dive right in. Today is November 17th, 2020. My name is Harry Moore, and I've been helping people buy and sell real estate in the DC area for over 25 years. Now, let's take a quick look at what's happening with Montgomery County, Maryland real estate. Today, we'll go through an overview of the October numbers for Montgomery County, so you can get a sense of what happened in the real estate market last month. I've also included numbers for October of 2019, just to help you get a little bit of historical perspective. Total actives. This year, 1381. Last year, 2252. That's a decrease of 39%. New pendings, 1452 versus 1233. That's an increase of 17%. New listings, 1749 versus 1480 last year. That's an increase of 18%. Expired, withdrawn, and canceled properties, 345 this year, 385 last year. That's a decrease of 11%. And finally, total settled properties, 1344 this year, 1041 last year. That's an increase of 29%. Active inventory has moved up for the second month in a row. It's up 11% over the August low, although it's still down 39% versus October of last year. New listings have decreased year over year, but increased month over month. October is normally the last full month of the fall market. Historically, things start to slow down for the holidays around the 15th of November. New pendings showed an increase both year over year and month over month. So that shows that demand is still strong. Some sellers are stepping into the market to take advantage of this strong demand. It seems that the year-long slide down of inventory may be turning a corner, although it's still the sixth lowest number in the past 10 years. At the moment, the seesaw is still firmly in the seller's favor, and houses that are attractively priced and show well are selling quickly and often with multiple offers. Now, let's take a brief look at the days on market and the list to sell ratio for the month of October. Median days on market for sold properties, 7. For active under contract properties, 14. For fully pending properties, 7 days again. The list to sell ratio, 100.7%. And the list to sell ratio average over the past 5 years has inched up a little bit to 98.2%. For a bit of perspective, the days on market for sold properties in October 2019 was 18 days, so that's a decrease of 61% year over year. Here's a quick rundown of the sales prices for October. Median sales price, $500,000 versus last year, $438,850. That's an increase of 13.7%. Year to date, $481 versus $450 last year. That's an increase of 7%. So the month-over-month numbers took a big jump up, and we even broke that magic $500,000 mark. But those numbers tend to be really volatile. I like to look at the year-to-date comparison. That's a little more of a steady eddy. At 7%, it's still a very strong rate of appreciation by historic standards. Whenever I talk to people, they always want to know, how's the market? The strong seller's market that we've seen for all of 2020 seems to be continuing, although there are signs that there may be a shift in some of the October numbers. I'll be watching to see how things change, but at 1.28 months worth of active properties versus last month's 1.2, it's got a long way to go before the balance tips in the buyer's favor. I went back and looked at the past 5 years of September versus October numbers, and the norm was that inventory starts to move down. This year's numbers run counter to that trend. Is this the beginnings of a shift, or just another example of the different nature of the 2020 real estate market? Well, we'll have to wait and see what the November numbers tell us. Of course, things could move to a more balanced market or even a buyer's market in the future. with the number of infections moving up nationally and locally, that could impact the economy and buyer confidence, which would certainly change the real estate market. Our local market continues to show strength, largely driven by the huge imbalance between supply and demand. As we head into the holidays, I'll be watching the trends carefully to see how buyers and sellers continue to move through this very interesting 2020 real estate market. If you feel like you're ready to buy or sell, there are certainly opportunities out there, as you can see from the numbers that I've shared with you. Maybe with a few more opportunities for buyers at the moment. If you're in a position where you aren't ready yet, it's a great time to start planning so that when you're comfortable moving forward, you'll be ready. You might think that it's too early, but the whole process almost always takes a lot longer than people expect, and you're better off being a little bit early than a little too late. If you'd like to see my recent video about what as is means, well, then click here. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel so you can get updates whenever they come out, click over there. If you have any questions for me, my contact information is below, or you can leave a comment in the remarks. Take care and stay safe.